feel like on top, Virgo, this week, Virgo rising. I think it's about understanding that this week is really about seeing that you guys really need to be careful with spending and maybe rest a little bit. I know there's going to be some insecurities and perfections coming up with, again, maybe some of you are not close to like the resources that you need or feeling like and able to access them, but realize that it will be easier after this week. I think with Saturn restarting in your seventh house, there was just a lot of blurry lines that feel like were crossed with Neptune transiting your seventh house. But remember, Neptune has been in Pisces since 2012, and we're in 2023, so it's been 11 years of really understanding this relationship of blurry lines with relationships. And I think you guys, as Virgo, are the opposite, have really been able to study yourself so well to get out of that habit. A beautiful, sobering habit. And I see that this week, just bringing that sober effect on. Sometimes it's going to be harder to manifest what you need, but maybe this is a week of learning with all the resource gaps, maybe in your city or where you live. It's about understanding, okay, how do I have more resources going into the next few weeks? Maybe it's budgeting on, okay, we need way more of this because if this runs out, we really don't have anything. And understanding, okay, where the money actually needs to go into, because when we're in Scorpio, it's about survival. So we're not really thinking about luxury spending as we would when we go into Sagittarius, because it'll be, the holiday season. But I think it will be a really good week overall for you, Virgo rising, to apply your knowledge to budgeting here. For Libra rising, the sun is in 11 degrees Scorpio, transiting your second house, and it transits 7 degrees into sun in 18 degrees Scorpio in your second house, transiting your second house. For Libra rising, you guys are on a roll since that lunar eclipse, October 14th. I feel like you guys have taken the wheel and have just made it really about survival and getting those necessities met in your daily routine. A lot of you are feeling seen in what you're doing because you've made all your relationships very authentic to who you are by this time, by that eclipse, or working towards that. So you're seeing your reflection in your relationships, and that's making you really happy. There is a Scorpio stellium in your second house, but Mercury transits into Sagittarius by the end of the week in your third house. So this week is really about understanding that there will be a lot of emphasis on how you value yourself by the beginning of the week, and by the end of the week there will be more fire in communicating your ideas to some of you, your siblings, or just getting them notated that you're moving in this new direction. That's very exciting. I see a new chapter unfolding for Libra rising by the end of this week. It's very fun because Jupiter's in retrograde in your 8th house, so it's really about understanding, with a little bit of mindfulness and puzzle piece tactics, you can find more resources for yourself in how you choose to understand that with the sun opposed Jupiter, with sun in Scorpio opposed Jupiter in Taurus, it's about understanding how when you value yourself, you can open up old emails or old kind of contacts and find more money. For Scorpio rising, this week is about understanding that it really is about getting out and getting seen by who you authentically are in yourself. But when I say that, I don't mean just going randomly out to a random place and going to a party or something. I mean, it's kind of understanding what makes you feel the most safe and how you feel seen. I think it's for Scorpio rising, you guys do like to be somewhat hidden at times and somewhat in your privacy so that you can go through this reawakening of who you are in the public, and that's really exciting. And I feel like a lot of you are just understanding a more intimate relationship with yourself, and sometimes that requires a depth of peace that you are learning to maturate into or bring into your environment. For some of you, bringing things that are bringing this vibration of peace and harmony. we do have a stellium, a Scorpio stellium in your sign. So it's really about understanding that when Mercury does move into Sagittarius by the end of the week, with the Scorpio stellium starting Sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, and Mars in Scorpio, and then Mercury transits into Sagittarius in 2 degrees by the end of the week in your second house, it's about understanding there might be a lot of emphasis on this depth of peace with Sun, Mercury, and Mars in Scorpio, and then by the end of the week, Mercury transits Sagittarius, and it will be about how can I feel more abundant in what I have. And you are one of the most signs, out of all the signs and all the risings, and for some of you both, it's really about you guys are queens, kings, and non-binary princes and princesses of this category. Right? It's really about understanding that you guys see abundance before abundance has even been shown. But it's about being confident in that and knowing that that's you pointing to something that's very deep for you to come into. Finding yourself abundance. What can you find abundance in this week that's creative, that's not taxing on your soul and your energy levels? South Node is in Scorpio. South Node is in Libra, semi-sextiling Scorpio. So it's really like understanding that for some of you guys, you'll need a lot of rest this week, and that's what I've been saying to the other 12 zodiac signs, that there is a need for a rest from people this week as we come into the later degrees of Scorpio, and understanding that there's no shame in understanding the abundance of not being over perfectionist in the things you're doing because you know there's abundance. And you want to think about your body, and when I think about a Scorpion, I think about their exoskeleton and how it needs to be firm in some belief system, and realizing, to be honest, Venus is starting in this week in Virgo in 25 degrees, so maybe for some of you it's about you're feeling overly perfectionistic during this Venus in Virgo transit for some of you, and by the time we go into Libra, you'll realize why being overly perfectionist can be toxic somewhat, and maybe how to create more gaps of abundance and not having to be so like, I have to do this this time. And for example, it could just be changing the products you're using for like more soothing effect. Like it could be the products you're using for some of you. That's what I'm sensing. For Sagittarius rising, the Sun is in 11 degrees Scorpio, transiting your 12th house, and it moves 7 degrees to Sun in 18 degrees Scorpio, transiting your 12th house. For Sagittarius rising, I'm really feeling like you're really vibing with Neptune in the 4th house this week, and that beautiful square to Neptune, and you guys are really using it really well to actually be enlightened by your soul tribe, be enlightened by your family, be enlightened by your heightened intuition, to make it about higher love. And that's what I see for you this week, Sagittarius rising, is that you're making it about higher love. You have a 12th house stellium at the beginning of the week with Sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio, so you might be more tired or more dreamy or might be more intuitive or might feeling like you have a flow state in something. You're finding a flow state in something. That could be creative writing, that could be music writing, that could be starting a new business. You have that energy to be in a flow state, but it's only with specific things. Mercury's in Sagittarius in your 1st house, telling me that you guys are, by the end of the week, telling me that you'll be doing a bunch of creative things, and by the end of the week, you'll be like, that's it. That's the project I want to work on. I want to redecorate my room. Or that's it. I want to write a new movie. Or that's it. I want to write a new song or a new album. But you're going to be doing this thing at the beginning of the week where you're going to be focusing on so many different things, and then by the end of the week, you'll have a more purification. With Venus and Virgo in 25 degrees in your 10th house, it's already distilling what's working in your career and what's not. by the time Venus goes into Libra, it will be like, okay, this is what resonates more. So there's a lot of spiritual backing in the astrology for the things I'm navigating for you this week, the themes I'm trying to navigate you through. I see Mars is in Scorpio in your 12th house, and then it stays in your 12th house. So it's really by the end of the week with Scorpio about pressing the brakes on kind of understanding where true security comes from. Maybe it's about understanding how to support other people in the process. Like, you guys might not always have everything together, but when you support other people, everybody can move together. So that's what I see for you this week, Sagittarius, Sagittarius rising. For Capricorn, Capricorn rising, this week the sun is in 11 degrees Scorpio, transiting your 11th house, and it's moving to sun in 18 degrees Scorpio, transiting your 11th house still. For Capricorn, Capricorn rising, this week is about stillness within who you are in your community and sustaining the image, pure and simply. We have Sun, Mercury, and Mars all in Scorpio, all in your 11th house starting this week, and then so it's a Scorpio stellium in your 11th house to do with dreams, aspirations, and community. And then Mercury moves into 2 degrees Sagittarius in your 12th house. The Sun stays in Scorpio and Mars stays in Scorpio. So it's really about understanding that while there are certain moments in life where you have to hold a certain poise. And out of all the signs, the 12 zodiac signs, Capricorn, Capricorn rising know this the most because they have Libra in their 10th house, in their midheaven. But this year, for the next few years, till 2025, the South Node's in Libra in your 10th house. So sometimes you forget that you have to hold this image. But it's about knowing who you were and realizing this week there is a distillation with your belief system because you are having to be seen as a balanced, trustworthy person. So sometimes when you have Venus and Libra transiting your 9th house, you have to let go of some things. That's the only way you're going to get to the truth of how you want to be seen, ideally. Jupiter is in Taurus, 10 degrees in retrograde till December 30th, and then it moves a degree back. So it's transiting your 5th house, so that's telling me that a lot of you guys are again, kind of, it's this understanding of, yes, it's exciting to be inspired. Inspiration is a beautiful thing. A lot of artists, musicians write about it, write about people, write about places, write about feelings, premonitions they've had. People write books on things they know about and are inspired from experiences. To be inspired is a beautiful thing. But it's important to understand with this retrograde, it's asking you to go deep within and understand how have you been inspired to be rightfully right in your public persona and sustain that vibration. Moving forward to Aquarius, Aquarius rising. This week, Aquarius, Aquarius rising, the sun is in 11 degrees Scorpio, transiting your 10th house, and then the sun moves 7 degrees, transiting Scorpio still in your 10th house. For you this week, Aquarius, Aquarius rising, I feel as though it's the week where there will be moments that you have to realize that there will be things that are extremely empowering to you that will give you moments of deep clarity of where you want to be in your 10th house in your midheaven. And there will be these moments of like, that's exactly how I want to receive money, that's exactly how I want to be seen. And you're working with this vibration of kind of sustaining where you already, like, you guys already have a vision of how you want to be seen and how you want to be like accredited, and you guys are working towards the longevity of sustaining that vision. So for a lot of you guys, there will be a Scorpio, for Aquarius, Aquarius rising completely, there's a Scorpio stellium at the beginning of the week, and then Mercury with Sun, Mercury, and Venus. Sun, Mercury, and Mars all in Scorpio, and then by the end of the week, Mercury is going into Sagittarius, transiting your 11th house. So a lot of you guys are already having this big vision, and it's coming through to you very fast because it's Scorpio, so it's like water flooding your persona. But a lot of you guys are going to have trouble explaining how you're seeing your vision if you're not notating, distilling down how you want to make the money. Like literally write down ways that are resonating with your vibration on how you want to make the money. You guys already know places where you fit and places where you don't. You already know that Pluto's here in your 12th house to rework your subconscious mind, to attune you to vibrations that you need to sustain. It's deep here, Aquarius rising. A lot of it is just energy, but it's learning how to distill through it and create positive separation from old mindsets of how you used to make money to the new mindset of how you know you can make money. And that's what I see for you this week, Aquarius rising. Last but not least, Pisces rising. This week, I see the sun is in Scorpio in 11 degrees at the beginning of the week, transiting your 9th house. And by the end of the week, it's in sun in 18 degrees, moving 7 degrees. By the end of the week, transiting your 9th house. For you, Pisces rising, it's about this week feeling supported. Feeling like you're moving forward, not backwards. You want to feel like you're a part of something that's beautiful, and you guys are doing that so well. You have Scorpio here giving you a radically refreshment on your belief system, bringing back some of the things that you've used to help you survive in your belief systems. You're working through almost, I want to say this week is like biohacking through the things that have worked and the things that haven't worked to get you to a more successful place. I see this week you guys becoming a lot more grounded by the end of the week. So we have Sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, and Mars in Scorpio, creating a Scorpio stellium at the beginning of the week. And by the end of the week, Mercury does go into Sagittarius, transiting your 10th house. So it's really about understanding at the beginning of the week, you're going to be feeling really supported in your refreshment of your powerful, positive beliefs. And then by the end of the week, it's about understanding where you are in your career. Understanding, for some of you, your public persona could do a lot with your relationship with your father. And that here could be triggering, but we do have Chiron somewhat close to the North Node. Yeah, transiting your 2nd house. So it's really about understanding, like, some of you have to get ready to take on the family legacy, I want to say, to a much higher level. And that could be really intense to hear right now, but that's where you guys are at. You guys are here to keep going with the consciousness and let it explode in your career and go bigger. And that's like with Sagittarius ruling your public persona, you have to understand your relationship to the father figure in your life so that you can see where the hiccups might be in going into bigger, better places. Venus is in Virgo, transiting your 7th house. Distilling your relationships. So, okay, Pisces rising. The secret this week is people are hiding a lot of your magical powers from you. You guys are a very magical sign. I'm sorry. This week for Pisces rising, I want to say I'm sorry. I feel like you guys have magical power and people hide it from you constantly. They constantly tell you lies. They constantly see you and deceive you into things that are not of your value. You guys are too high this week to be deceived. And I see that with all this flow in the Scorpio, and it's so passionate, it's really important to realize that we are going to move into Sagittarius eventually, and you need to carry that energy into Sagittarius. So whatever resources you have now, mindset, who you are, the transformation that's happening because of Saturn and Neptune transiting your 1st house, it's important to be very specific about where you want to be in Sagittarius. You guys need to work with monthly increments of where you want to be because you guys can be there. Out of all the signs, you guys can be there because you guys are magical. And that's the truth. You guys have Virgo this week, in the beginning of the week, transiting your 7th house, distilling the fraudulent behavior of people who are not for you. And the people who are for you are very sincere the people who are for you are very sincere Pisces. You guys are working with this beautiful in conjunction to South Node Libra in its finest to attract the most money, to attract the money in the way you want to make it, which is in a very beautiful, just, and fair way, because that's the native Pisces rising's entitlement to how they want to make money. If they want to make money in a beautiful way, let them make money in a beautiful way. Watch them make money in a beautiful way. That's what I see for you this week, Pisces rising, is that you're here to prove people wrong. You're here to say, no, I can make money like this. Watch me. Watch me beautify my environment, or notice the beauty and keep it shining. I almost see you guys like shining your walls or something and being like, yeah, I like making money in a beautiful way, you know, and it really happening. Like when you choose to embrace the vibration of beauty and how you make money, that's when the money starts coming in. And that's what people are keeping from you, is that it's really about distilling who's the fraudulence in your relationships. You guys are so popular, and sometimes you attract fraudulent, scammy people in your beauty, in your aura. And it's Neptune and Pisces has been here for how long? Neptune and Pisces has been here for 14 years. 13 years. So it's about understanding, out of all this 13 years, of course you've attracted people who are from God knows where fraudulent behavior. And it's about understanding there's nothing wrong with rolling with a smaller crew, but this crew is very powerful, and this crew is very pure in who you are and here to protect you. And that's what I see this week, is that from all the signs is you guys have the magical abilities to manifest money in a beautiful way. Thank you so much for tuning into Underwater Astrology. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and can't wait to see you guys for next week's reading. Namaste.